So welcome to week 8. This is our midterm period. We're going to have spring break next week. So this week, the open book midterm exam is posted, and you can check its description. So things to do is basically describe the use cases. It's specified here as a use case model, but there's a form to fill out to submit this. And we also have to submit a couple of diagrams. So today's agenda is basically go over it. I hope you find time to basically read the description. And our job is to identify use cases that are present here, which are very, very similar to the set of use cases we did for our exercise last week, which the recording of which is posted. And so the midterm is very similar. However, we also need to submit the UML use case diagram with actors identified and the prospective use cases. And also we need to provide the description of objects present there, and this is being posted right here, use case diagram, and also a diagram of all business objects in the theater box office system with the diagram may have additional comments, descriptions of their purpose, and that's something we can demonstrate today in class. Okay, so online we have posted midterm exam form to fill, and this is the link to upload the UML diagrams. So just make sure that whatever you upload as UML diagrams is something I can open simply by clicking on it. It can be PDF format, JPEG, PNG, or any other typical format. Don't submit Word documents or any other documents because they're really a little harder to deal with. So PNG or JPEG, which you can export out of any of your UML diagramming tool, would be ideal format for me. But you can also probably package it inside a PDF file if you'd like. All right. So anyway, the form to fill out is that this is the midterm form. So we're talking about today officially we're going to talk about objects, business objects, and their relationship. And those relationships can be association, dependency, generalization, inheritance, composition, aggregation, and those I'm asking you to provide general descriptions of these relationships and examples of their use. Basically, give me an example of what could demonstrate that kind of relationship between objects. And my agenda today is to give you some examples of this based on some of the objects that I was thinking about and preparing it today for the lecture to cover, right? So beyond that point, right here, for the box office system, we have, officially something we refer to as functional specification or use case model, which basically is the familiar format, the same that I was asking you to submit for the use case model of our semester project. Same thing, just basically a set of use cases. Description of the use case, the actors, preconditions, main case scenario, exceptions, post-condition, priority, and use case ID, right? And so I'm just asking you to fill out a few of these, and that's pretty much it. Then you submit, make sure that you save your changes. Anytime you spend significant time adding information to this form, just click Save Changes, and it's going to save your changes, and you can log off and come back to it next day and continue working with this, right? So this is the way you submit it, but remember that I'm also asking you to submit the second item here is the 2 UML diagrams, which is the use case diagram for the box office system and also object, the diagram of objects, business object diagram. Okay, so this is something that I would like to discuss today. All right, so that's the plan, and so let me know if you have any questions at any time, but first, I think we're going to have to cover this requirement where we say that we would like to talk about business object diagrams. All right, so speaking of business object diagrams, essentially what you have is that at early stages of your design, software system design, what is often happens is that you begin to think about essentially something that you could normally document as switch over to thicker pen here. Business object diagram. For instance, I would like to deal with some kind of astronomical environment here, and I would like to document astronomical objects, right? So I have to deal with astronomical object. I'm thinking that it may be having a set of attributes, the data, right? So it can be, location, which could be, maybe a Cartesian system. It could be basically an XYZ set of coordinates, or some other system of coordinates. Spherical, for instance, in 3D space is also possible, right? Then definitely it has some sort of mass, right? So perhaps there could be other types of data attributes, but this is something in particular that we could use. Actually, let me stop for a second.